Hello, kindergartners. Today's highlight and underline lesson will go with the story, A Desert in Bloom. We will be thinking about two things again as we read. The first is steps in a sequence or events in order. A lot of times when we have sequence of events or steps in order, we use words like first, next, then, and last. There is an anchor chart on pages 62 and 63 in your MyView Unit 5 book that can help you remember what sequence of events or steps in a sequence means. The other thing that we will be thinking about as we read today is the most important details about a topic. We have been talking a lot about main idea and details in the last couple of weeks. Today we are going to be looking for the most important details that tell about a desert. Remember that you will need something to underline with and something to highlight with. When you're ready, go ahead and turn to page 65 in your MyView book.
A Desert in Bloom, written by Justin Scott Parr. The desert is hot. The desert is dry. How can desert flowers grow there? The desert soil is full of seeds. Close read. What are deserts like? Highlight the most important information.
This close read asks us what deserts are like and wants us to highlight the most important information or the most important details. So remember, details tell about the main topic, and our main topic is deserts. When I look at page 66, I know that it says the desert is hot. The important information or the detail is that the desert is hot. So I'm going to highlight the word hot. Highlight that word hot. It also says the desert is dry. So we want to highlight the word dry. On this page, we have two important details about the desert, hot and dry. On page 67, it says full of seeds. The desert soil is full of seeds. So I want to highlight full of seeds. That is another important detail that tells about the desert soil.
In summer, the ground is hot and dry. The seeds do not grow. In fall, the ground gets cool from cloudy days. The seeds do not grow. Close read. What do these pages tell about how flowers grow? Underline the words that tell when the steps happen.
Okay, so now we think about sequence of events. These pages are telling us about how the flowers grow, and it wants us to underline the words that tell when each of the steps happen. So I turn back to 68, and it says, in summer, the ground is hot and dry, the seeds do not grow. So what's happening is the seeds will not grow right now. And when will that happen? It's these first two words right here, in summer. So I'm going to underline in summer. On page 69, it says, in fall, the ground gets cool from cloudy days. The seeds do not grow. When does this happen? It's those two words at the beginning again, in fall.
In winter, the ground gets soaked with rain. The seeds start to grow. In spring, the ground gets warm from the sun. Colorful flowers bloom. Close read. What do these pages tell about how flowers grow? Underline the words that tell when the steps happen.
So on these two pages, we are doing the same thing. So when I look at page 70, I need to find the words that tell me when the event happens. So the first two words say in winter. I'm going to underline the words in winter. And what happens in winter? It says the ground gets soaked with rain and those seeds start to grow. On page 71, the words in spring helps tell me when or the order of what happens next, which is the ground gets warm from the sun and colorful flowers bloom.
When summer returns, it gets hot. The flowers die. Their seeds rest in the ground until spring comes again. Now you know how desert flowers grow. Close read. What is the last thing that happens to flowers in the desert? Underline the words that tell when the last step happens.
All right, they want us to underline the words that tell us when the last step happens. On page 72 in your My View book, those first three words, when summer returns, help tell us that this is the last event that will happen with these flowers. When summer returns, it gets hot, the flowers die, and the seeds rest in the ground until spring comes again. Go ahead and complete pages 76. That talks about sequencing words, those words that we underlined in our text for each of the seasons. And page 77 that wants you to draw important details.